Oval Portrait is written by the Edgar Allan Poe. This is the ever shortest story the Edgar Allan Poe has written. This is the short story, only one short story that Edgar Allan Poe has written in his lifetime. And the background of author is name Edgar Allan Poe, nationality American, date of birth January 1989, birthplace Boston, US, death October 7, 1949, at the age of 14. And here you can take some preview or review idea of this story. The pictures, the picture here is showing the preview of this story. And now I'm going to start the summary of the story. In this story, the background information of narrator and any other background information is not mentioned, and the name of the narrator is also not mentioned. Narrator is unknown. Only the narrator servant valet name is mentioned, Pedro. One day at the old settle, the narrator and his narrator and his valet Pedro was going to the old hills in Italy, and they suddenly arrived at the old horror settle and stopped there. The narrator was in wounded condition, very worst wounded condition, so they must take rest. So the valet of narrator forcefully entered to the old horror settle without the permission, and they started after entering to the settle. They started to search for the smallest room where they cannot found the open ear that can harm the wound of the narrator. And also they found such room at the remote part of the building which have tower-like ceiling. When they entered at the room, all the walls of the room was decorated by the wall paintings, crafts, and thousands of trophies and certificates. As the narrator was in a worse condition because of his wound, his valet led the narrator to take rest on the bed of that room and lighted the candle placed at the candelabrum. Narrator took some rest, and he was not able to take a good sleep. When he changed his posture, he found an old book below the pillow. He found advantage in reading books than to grow for no reason. He started reading the book, reading that book. There he found the background, history, technique, and fact about the art, craft, painting, and others. He found the book very interesting, but the rays of the candle light was not supporting him, so he came near to the light, but also he was not satisfied. The narrator was not satisfied, so he decided to place the candelabrum near to his bed desk. Then suddenly the rays of the candle light got reflected at the oval portrait painting of a beautiful woman who had just ripened into the womanhood. The narrator mouth got opened. He started to watch that painting for a long time. He was not able to convince himself that it's just a painting, not a real woman. After blinking his eyes for a long time, the picture of the beautiful woman come on his imagination, and also he take, took fond of that picture in his imagination also. However, he tried to control himself. He again laid on the bed with those picture of painting in his eyes. He can't control himself for a more time. He wants to know about that woman and about her. So, hoping that he could find some idea, he started reading same book again. Fortunately, he found the story about the beautiful woman and the painter who had painted who had painted. The narrator became so happy, and the story about the oval portrait painting was like this. Before a very long period, a young, handsome man was in love with two things: his passion of art and painting, and a beautiful girl. He once decided to propose her and make a girl life partner, and also he did so. The days passes the days were passing. The passion of painter was increasing his limit, but his deep passion over painting and art was not favorable to his wife, though his wife was not happy with his passion and action. Her love towards her husband gave her power to endure all of this. On other side, the painter was in inner trouble that he was not satisfied about his own painting. He tried every option but could not get success. One day, he decided to paint his wife's painting and requested her wife to sit on the chair in front of his craft paper stand and canvas. His wife did so. He was so happy and her painting, started his painting. He was so deeply focused on his painting that he passed many days and weeks to complete the painting, and also her wife kept supporting him. Due to the tiredness and other mental stress, her wife was in a bad health condition. A beautiful lady was in a bad health condition. This disease had started killing her inside, but she kept her priceless smile on her lips, only for her loved one. One day, a great incident happened. The painting gets success and also painter. He was so surprised that he can't even control his happiness, and when he was going to show his success to her wife to his wife, he felt both happiness and sadness on same day. He got both happiness, success, and use misfortune, unhappiness, sadness, and failure on the same day. He started crying aloud and begging the life of her wife or loved ones again. Thank you, sir. This much. Thank you. All the images shown on this slide are taken from internet and other social media. All the credit goes to those sources. And this is the short video on same topic. Sir, sound can be listened.
Continue.
This much, sir. Sir.
Yes, thank you so